Imagine standing on the edge of the unknown, where the world is consumed by ice and the wind carries whispers from a time long forgotten. This is Antarctica, Earth's final frontier, a frozen expanse shrouded in mystery. Beneath the ice, there are secrets that have been buried for millennia, waiting to be uncovered. Larger than any other continent, covered by miles of ice, Antarctica holds 90% of the world's frozen water. But what does it truly conceal? In its frozen depths, ancient truths have been locked away. Traces of a lost world, structures buried beneath the ice, and clues that suggest this land wasn't always the barren wasteland we believe it to be. For centuries, explorers have feared this land, but their findings only scratch the surface. Despite advances in technology, much of Antarctica remains untouched, hidden under a thick veil of ice. But as radar scans pierce through its frozen shield, strange patterns emerge. Pyramidal mountains, unexplained formations, and anomalies that defy the natural world. What if Antarctica was once a thriving world, home to a civilization that vanished in a catastrophe we can barely comprehend? Why are these discoveries met with silence? What does the ice hide that the world is not allowed to see? Wherever you're tuning in from, feel free to drop a comment. It's always nice to hear from you. If you'd like to hear more stories like these, subscribing is a great way to stay connected. Get cozy. It's time to let your mind wander, whether you're winding down to sleep or simply enjoying the calm. It's truly great having you here. Let's dive in. The chilling winds of Antarctica whip across the barren, snow-covered landscape, but beneath its unyielding icy surface lies a tale of incredible transformation, one that could rewrite history itself. Once, this frozen land was not a cold, lifeless wasteland, but a vibrant tropical paradise. Antarctica, millions of years ago, was lush, teeming with forests, rivers, and biodiversity, a stark contrast to the land we know today. What if this land, buried under the vast expanse of ice, once supported life as rich and varied as the tropical forests of today? Imagine walking across Antarctica at a time when thick, tropical forests stretched across the land, with ancient river systems flowing freely through the fertile terrain. The evidence buried beneath the ice suggests that millions of years ago, Antarctica was a world unlike the frozen tundra we see now. Fossils, some of the oldest discovered anywhere, tell the story of palm trees, ferns, and ancient flora. Plants typically found in warm tropical climates, far from the freezing conditions we associate with Antarctica today. This wasn't a simple, passing anomaly in Earth's climate. It was a time when Antarctica was warm, lush, and alive with life. The scientific evidence is undeniable. Coal deposits found in Antarctica's icy depths, once considered the stuff of fantasy, match the type of coal found in regions today known for tropical rainforests. These coal beds are formed from plant material, ancient forests, that once thrived on the continent's surface when it sat much closer to the equator. The plant fossils found here suggest that Antarctica, once part of the supercontinent Gondwana, was not only habitable, but supported entire ecosystems. Creatures, plants, and even the possibility of early human-like civilizations. Could it be possible that humans lived on this land long before was engulfed by glaciers? Geological evidence adds to the mystery. Beneath Antarctica's ice sheet, subglacial rivers have been discovered. Ancient riverbeds that point to a time when water flowed freely across this land, nourishing the green forests and life that once thrived. Radar mapping and other modern technologies have uncovered these long-forgotten rivers, showing that Antarctica's surface was once rich with flowing water, just like other warm regions of Earth. But the true weight of the mystery lies in the timeline. How did Antarctica go from a fertile paradise to the glacial wasteland we know today? The evidence suggests a dramatic shift, one that could have wiped out everything, freezing the land in place, leaving behind only fossilized plants and buried rivers to tell the tale. And what if this sudden freezing was the result of an unprecedented climate change? A global event so powerful that it not only transformed the continent's landscape, but also erased any civilizations that may have existed there? Could these ancient river systems, fossilized plants, and the geological landscapes left behind point to a long-lost civilization that lived in Antarctica before the Ice Age? If Antarctica was once capable of sustaining life, could humans or even human-like beings have thrived here before the Great Freeze? With each discovery of fossils and ancient riverbeds, we are confronted with the possibility that this paradise could have once been home to a civilization, one that was erased by the very ice that now defines the land. We are on the brink of an unprecedented discovery. With modern technology allowing us to see beneath the thick layers of ice, Antarctica's long-forgotten history is slowly being revealed. What secrets does this land hold beneath the frozen surface? Could it be that Antarctica's ancient past holds the missing pieces of the puzzle of human history? Every new find, every fossil, every subglacial river uncovered adds to the mystery, suggesting that the world we know today was shaped by forces much older and far more complex than we've ever imagined. In 1513, Piri Reis, a renowned Ottoman admiral and cartographer, created a map that would leave historians and explorers puzzled for centuries. The Piri Reis map stands as a testament to the mystery of ancient geography and unexplained knowledge. The map itself is a world map drawn on a piece of parchment made from animal skin, measuring approximately 87 centimeters by 62 centimeters, featuring a detailed depiction of the continents of South America, Africa, and Europe. However, the most startling feature lies in the south of the map, where a portion of Antarctica is shown free from ice. What's even more remarkable is the accuracy with which Piri Reis portrayed the coastline of Antarctica, a land that had not been officially discovered yet, and one that was covered by ice during that period, as far as explorers knew. How could Piri Reis, in the early 16th century, depict the coastline of Antarctica, a land that remained ice-covered and inaccessible for centuries? The map, created long before modern exploration and satellite imagery, accurately aligns with the coastline we now know as Marie Byrd Land in Antarctica. What's truly baffling is that this portion of the map aligns almost perfectly with modern geographical data, and the coastline shown matches with details that weren't discovered until the 20th century by explorers and modern satellites. This presents a clear anomaly. How could a 16th century cartographer, using maps and knowledge from even earlier sources, have such precise knowledge of Antarctica's features, including details of its ice-free coastlines that weren't discovered until much later? The Piri Reis map was drawn using earlier sources, some of which are lost to time. But the accuracy of Antarctica's coastline and its alignment with the modern maps is simply too perfect to ignore. Some believe that Piri Reis could have had access to much older and more advanced maps, passed down through ancient civilizations or even extraterrestrial sources. These ancient maps may have been made long before Antarctica was covered by ice, suggesting that ancient peoples, possibly even Atlantis, could have known about the land that we now consider impossible to reach. While the mainstream scientific view tends to explain the Piri Reis map by pointing to the use of older cartographic sources, which include works by ancient Greek and Roman scholars, the mystery of the map's accuracy still lingers. How could Ptolemy's map and other ancient sources, which Piri Reis used, have depicted a land covered by ice that was only discovered centuries later? Could it be that ancient civilizations possessed knowledge far beyond what we know today? Or did Piri Reis have access to sources that were centuries ahead of his time? The Piri Reis map doesn't just offer us geographical knowledge. It also raises larger questions about the extent of ancient exploration and the potential lost civilizations that existed long before we had the tools to fully comprehend the world. What other secrets are hidden in the ancient maps, waiting to be uncovered? Could there be more to these old cartographies than just a representation of land masses? Maybe these ancient maps hold clues to a long-forgotten world, one that might have known Antarctica in its ice-free state and explored lands that were never meant to be found. As we unravel the mysteries of the Piri Reis map, we begin to understand that the secrets it holds could change everything we know about the history of our planet. Could this map be a glimpse into the lost knowledge of ancient civilizations? Knowledge passed down over millennia and preserved for us to uncover? The Piri Reis map isn't just an ancient curiosity. It's a window into a world we have yet to fully understand. With each new detail uncovered, the map becomes more than just a cartographic puzzle. It's a key to a hidden history, one buried beneath the ice and the sands of time. Imagine a time when Antarctica, a place today defined by ice and isolation, was not a frozen wasteland, but a thriving land filled with life and civilization. The notion that Antarctica was once home to an advanced civilization before it was covered by ice is one of the most provocative ideas in the mystery of the lost world beneath the ice. Could ancient civilizations have once called this frozen continent their home, only to be wiped out by a cataclysmic event that suddenly turned it into the icy desert we know today? This idea is rooted in theories that suggest Antarctica was not always covered by ice. Fossil records, geological data, and the discovery of ancient river systems beneath the ice all support the possibility that this land was once a lush, temperate region, capable of sustaining life. But what could have caused such a dramatic transformation, turning a thriving land into an impenetrable wasteland of ice? The answer might lie in one of the most intriguing theories of Earth's history: cataclysmic events. Events so powerful they could have rapidly frozen the entire continent, erasing all evidence of civilizations that may have lived there. One such theory is Earth's crust displacement theory, proposed by Charles Hapgood in the mid-20th century. Hapgood's theory suggests that the Earth's outer crust can shift over the mantle rapidly, resulting in dramatic climate changes and catastrophic geological events. According to this theory, Antarctica's sudden freezing could have occurred when the Earth's crust shifted, causing the continent to be rapidly moved to its current polar location. In this scenario, Antarctica's temperate climate would have been replaced almost overnight with the Ice Age conditions we now associate with it. This theory posits that a rapid shift of the Earth's crust could have completely transformed the continent's climate in a matter of days or months. The result would have been the immediate freezing of what was once a fertile, lush land. Such an event would explain the sudden disappearance of any civilizations that may have lived there, leaving behind only the frozen remnants of what was once a thriving civilization. But what if there was another, even more dramatic event responsible for this transformation? What if Antarctica's freezing wasn't the result of an isolated geological event, but instead the aftermath of a global catastrophe? The idea of a great flood, mentioned in the myths and legends of ancient civilizations, may hold the key. The flood, often referred to as the deluge, is described in various cultures: Mesopotamian, Greek, Mayan, and biblical traditions, as a catastrophic event that covered the earth with water, submerging entire lands and civilizations. In this version of events, Antarctica was once part of the landmass in the southern hemisphere. It may have been home to an advanced civilization, thriving long before the last ice age. However, when a massive pole shift or global flood occurred, the land would have been submerged or covered by ice, and any trace of civilization would have been lost to time. Some theorists argue that Antarctica's rapid freezing could have been caused by a global flood that drowned the continent, freezing it as it shifted closer to the South Pole. As the Earth's crust shifted, the Great Flood would have covered large portions of the planet, including what we now call Antarctica. It is believed by some that this flood was the final event that erased any civilizations living there, turning Antarctica into the icy wasteland it is today. This massive flood would have swept across continents, causing catastrophic changes in climate, geography, and ecosystems. In this theory, Antarctica was not always a frozen land, but rather a fertile environment, home to advanced life forms. But what if Antarctica's history was even more mysterious than we think? Could it have been the location of Atlantis, the legendary lost civilization mentioned in the works of the Greek philosopher Plato? The connection between Antarctica and Atlantis has been suggested by some theorists who argue that the landmass, before it was buried in ice, could have been the home of an advanced civilization that predated all known human history. Plato's dialogues describe Atlantis as a powerful and technologically advanced society, situated beyond the Pillars of Hercules, and eventually submerged beneath the waves due to a massive cataclysmic event. Could Antarctica have been Atlantis? Could the ice sheet now covering the continent be the final burial ground for one of the most advanced civilizations that ever existed? This idea raises fascinating questions about the connection between lost civilizations and Antarctica. Was there once an ancient, advanced civilization that thrived on the continent? If so, what happened to them? Were they destroyed by a global catastrophe, or did they simply vanish, leaving behind only whispers of their existence? Could Antarctica have been the cradle of human civilization long before the world's known ancient cultures began to form? The possibilities are endless, and each new theory adds another layer to the mystery. Whether it was the shift of the Earth's crust, the global flood, or even the ancient mythical Atlantis, the secrets of Antarctica's past have remained hidden beneath layers of ice for millions of years. What's buried beneath the surface may just rewrite everything we think we know about human history, offering a glimpse into a time long lost to the ravages of time and the forces of nature. What if Antarctica, the frozen continent we think of as isolated and barren, once held the key to unlocking ancient secrets and the answers to the greatest mysteries of our civilization's origins? In 2016, something astonishing happened, something that would ignite debates, spark curiosity, and fuel countless theories across the world. Satellite images of Antarctica's Ellsworth Mountains revealed something that seemed impossible. A set of pyramid-like structures buried beneath the thick ice. The shapes were unmistakable, sharp, angular, and eerily symmetrical. They looked like the very pyramids we associate with ancient civilizations, such as the ones in Egypt or Mesoamerica. At first glance, these pyramid-like shapes seem to provide undeniable evidence of something extraordinary. Could this be the discovery of ancient man-made pyramids, hidden for centuries beneath the ice, perhaps built by an advanced civilization that once thrived in Antarctica before the ice took over? But before we get carried away with these exciting thoughts, let's take a step back and examine the evidence in detail. The first thing to note is the location. The Ellsworth Mountains, deep in the heart of Antarctica. The images from satellite technology in 2016 show what appear to be three distinct pyramid-like formations emerging from the surrounding ice. The shapes are precise, with sharp edges, symmetrical faces, and a triangular profile that immediately catches the eye. They resemble the ancient pyramids of Giza, though much smaller in scale. However, as is often the case with discoveries that challenge conventional wisdom, there's skepticism. The scientific community has responded with caution, arguing that these formations are not evidence of lost civilizations, but simply natural geological formations, the result of glacial erosion. Over time, the relentless forces of ice and wind can sculpt rock into sharp angles and symmetrical shapes. This process, known as nunatak formation, occurs when mountain peaks are exposed above the ice sheet. According to geologists, the ice can erode and carve these natural spires, creating shapes that appear too perfect to be random. But is it really so simple? Could these strange structures, shaped by nature, just happen to mirror the geometric precision we typically associate with human-made pyramids? This is where the debate deepens. Critics of the natural explanation point to the unusual symmetry of the shapes, something that seems unlikely to occur in nature without a guiding force. Could nature really create such sharp angles, perfect lines, and angular profiles that resemble the work of ancient architects? If these pyramids were built by humans or other advanced beings, what could they represent? Was this land once home to ancient civilizations, now buried by the unforgiving ice, only to be preserved in these mysterious structures? Or could these be the remains of a civilization that vanished long before the ice ages, leaving behind these awe-inspiring monuments as their legacy? Now, there's another layer to this puzzle. The question of whether these pyramids could be the work of extraterrestrial beings. Yes, the idea of aliens has entered the fray. Some theorists propose that these formations are not the work of humans at all, but rather the remnants of extraterrestrial influence, perhaps even the ruins of an alien base on Earth. Why Antarctica? Why these structures? What if aliens, or some other advanced species, had access to this land long before it was frozen over, and they left behind monuments to their presence monuments that survived under layers of ice, awaiting rediscovery? For those who entertain this idea, there are echoes of the theory of ancient astronauts, which suggests that extraterrestrial beings visited Earth in ancient times and played a role in the development of human civilization. Could Antarctica, often regarded as a place of isolation and desolation, have been the site of alien visitation? Could these pyramids be evidence of an advanced extraterrestrial civilization that left its mark on the Earth, just as pyramids and other monumental structures have been attributed to ancient human civilizations? The potential connection between pyramids and extraterrestrial influence is a tantalizing idea, though it's one that remains speculative and unproven. As we dive deeper into the evidence, one thing becomes clear. The mystery of these pyramid-like structures in Antarctica is far from solved. Could they be ancient man-made pyramids, extraterrestrial ruins, or simply the result of the power of nature? No matter what theory you subscribe to, the sheer mystery of these formations demands our attention. The debate about the Ellsworth Mountains pyramids is just the beginning. As scientists continue to explore this frozen frontier, we may uncover even more surprising discoveries hidden beneath the ice. Could there be more structures, more pyramids, or perhaps even entire cities buried beneath Antarctica's layers of ice? The very existence of these pyramids challenges our understanding of the continent's history and its role in the greater story of human civilization, or perhaps a story we have yet to fully understand. In the end, whether natural formations or man-made monuments, the pyramids of Antarctica remain a mystery, one that beckons us to ask more questions about our planet's past, the role of ancient civilizations, and the secrets still hidden under Antarctica's frozen surface. What stories could these icy pyramids tell if we could unlock the secrets buried beneath the ice? What truths might they reveal about the ancient world, and how do they fit into the grand puzzle of Earth's lost history? The Earth, as we know it, is not the stable, unchanging planet it seems to be. Imagine a time when the very outer crust of Earth shifted violently, causing catastrophic changes in climate and geography that forever altered the course of history. Charles Hapgood, a scholar and researcher, proposed a theory that could explain not only the sudden freezing of Antarctica, but also the disappearance of ancient civilizations that once thrived on the planet. His theory, known as the Earth crust displacement theory, suggests that the outer crust of our planet could shift rapidly over the underlying mantle, leading to dramatic transformations in climate and the physical landscape. Hapgood's theory takes the idea of pole shifts to a whole new level. According to his hypothesis, these shifts could have occurred rapidly and without warning, causing drastic changes to the Earth's climate, geography, and ecosystems in a very short period of time. Picture this. One moment, the continents are relatively stable, with ecosystems and civilizations thriving in their respective climates. Then, in a cataclysmic event, the Earth's crust shifts. The poles move, dramatically altering the position of land masses, and with it, the entire planet's climate. In this context, Antarctica's sudden freezing makes sense. According to Hapgood, Antarctica could have once been a temperate land with lush forests and rivers, before a massive shift in the Earth's crust moved it rapidly to its current icy location near the South Pole. The shift would have triggered a dramatic change in climate, with Antarctica plunging into the Ice Age almost overnight. This sudden freeze would have wiped out any civilizations or life forms that were there, preserving their remains in the ice for millions of years, waiting for us to uncover the secrets of a long-forgotten world. But how could such a massive shift happen? The idea of the Earth's crust shifting may sound unbelievable, but Hapgood wasn't the first to suggest it. In fact, his theory drew on earlier ideas about polar wandering, the idea that Earth's poles could move over time. Over the years, Hapgood expanded on this notion and argued that the rapid movement of the Earth's outer crust could cause extreme catastrophic events, including global climate changes, geographical shifts, and the displacement of entire civilizations. The changes would have been so sudden that entire ecosystems and human settlements would have been buried beneath the ice or wiped from the face of the Earth. What makes Hapgood's theory even more compelling is the geological evidence supporting it. Around the world, we find signs of cataclysmic events that seem to align with his theory. From the sudden disappearance of ancient civilizations to the abrupt shifting of landscapes, there are numerous geological anomalies that suggest rapid, dramatic shifts in Earth's crust. For example, the sudden freezing of Antarctica and the preservation of ancient ecosystems beneath its ice could be attributed to such an event. The land that once thrived with plant life, rivers, and forests could have been quickly frozen and encased in ice, leaving behind only fossils and geological remnants. Hapgood's theory also offers an explanation for the disappearance of civilizations. Could the collapse of ancient societies be linked to a global event, such as a polar shift or catastrophic climate change? The theory provides a fascinating potential answer to why civilizations such as Sumer, Babylon, or even Mayan societies seem to vanish suddenly. What if they were wiped out by sudden climate shifts caused by the shifting of Earth's crust? The idea of a cataclysmic pole shift wiping out ancient civilizations might sound too incredible to believe, but the idea fits with the mysterious disappearances of entire cultures, the abrupt changes in climate and ecosystems, and the ancient stories of great floods or natural disasters that appear in many cultures around the world. Hapgood's theory also provides insight into a larger pattern of Earth's evolution. If the Earth's crust can shift, it suggests that the planet is not a static, unchanging body, but rather a dynamic and active world where geological forces can cause dramatic shifts and alterations over time. Imagine the forces at play: tectonic plates colliding, continents drifting, and the Earth's poles moving, all potentially leading to massive climate changes that could completely reshape the Earth's surface and the societies that inhabit it. One of the most intriguing aspects of Hapgood's theory is how it ties together the cataclysmic events that seem to appear throughout human history. From the great floods described in ancient myths to the sudden end of civilizations, there seems to be a consistent thread linking these events. Could it be that the Earth's crust displacement was the cause of these events? Could the pole shift have triggered the great deluge that wiped out ancient civilizations and transformed the Earth's climate? These questions point toward a deeper understanding of Earth's geological processes and how they may have influenced the rise and fall of human societies throughout history. As we continue to study the Earth's crust, climate, and geological history, Hapgood's theory remains an important and provocative explanation for the mysteries of our planet's past. Whether his theory is proven correct or not, it offers an intriguing framework for understanding the dynamic forces that have shaped the Earth and possibly led to the disappearance of ancient civilizations. Secrets that may still lie hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered. In the end, whether or not you believe in the rapid shift of the Earth's crust, the mystery of Antarctica's freezing, and the disappearance of ancient civilizations is a mystery that continues to captivate and intrigue, offering new clues and insights into the forces that have shaped both our world and the history we have yet to fully understand. Imagine standing at the edge of Antarctica's frozen wasteland, staring out across miles of ice and snow that stretch endlessly toward the horizon. To the naked eye, it appears as though nothing exists beneath the surface. Just a barren, untouched landscape. Yet beneath the thick, impenetrable ice lies a world that has remained hidden for millions of years. And thanks to modern technology, we're now able to explore it like never before. The tools at our disposal today, such as satellite imagery, radar mapping, and ground-penetrating radar, have unlocked secrets that were once unimaginable. What lies beneath the icy veil is far more extraordinary than anyone could have predicted. One of the most exciting discoveries comes from the use of satellite imagery, a tool that has transformed our ability to explore the vast frozen expanse of Antarctica. These high-resolution satellites, equipped with infrared sensors, can peer beneath the ice, revealing geological structures and features that would otherwise remain hidden. Scientists have used satellite imagery to map vast portions of the continent's ice sheet, identifying mountain ranges, valleys, and even subglacial lakes that had never been seen before. These images offer us a glimpse of an underground world that challenges everything we thought we knew about Antarctica's past. But satellite imagery is just the beginning of this remarkable exploration. Radar mapping, a tool that uses electromagnetic waves to penetrate the ice, has taken the investigation even further. By sending radio waves through the ice, radar mapping reveals structures beneath the surface, showing us ancient river systems and subglacial lakes. In 2018, radar scans discovered an ancient river system buried deep beneath the ice, stretching over 200 kilometers. The existence of such rivers beneath Antarctica's ice sheet is a major breakthrough, suggesting that this frozen continent once had a favorable climate with flowing water that could have supported life forms long before the ice age set in. The discovery of subglacial lakes beneath the ice raises the question: could these lakes have once harbored ancient life, potentially linked to past civilizations that thrived on Antarctica before the ice sealed them away? But it's not just ancient rivers and subglacial lakes that radar mapping has uncovered. Geological anomalies have also been revealed, including unusual rock formations and valleys that could hold clues to the continent's ancient past. These findings have led to speculation that Antarctica was not always the frozen landmass we know today, but rather a place of vibrant life. As scientists continue to use radar and satellite data to map the depths of Antarctica, it becomes increasingly clear that the continent's history is far more complex than we previously imagined. To dig even deeper into the history hidden beneath Antarctica, ground-penetrating radar, GPR, is being used to study the ice and land beneath the surface. This technology allows researchers to measure the thickness of the ice, study its structure, and detect buried features such as ancient ecosystems. For example, in Lake Vostok, a subglacial lake located deep beneath the ice, scientists have detected signs of microbial life that could date back millions of years. If life existed in these subglacial environments long ago, could it have once been part of an advanced ecosystem, possibly linked to an ancient civilization? Perhaps the most exciting aspect of ground-penetrating radar and satellite mapping is their potential to uncover hidden ancient structures that have long been buried beneath the ice. Just as radar revealed the ancient river systems, future exploration with these technologies could lead to the discovery of ancient cities, buildings, or even artifacts. The idea that such structures could be buried under Antarctica's ice raises fascinating questions. Could there have been advanced civilizations living in Antarctica during a time when the continent was warm and fertile? If these civilizations existed, what evidence might still lie beneath the ice, waiting to be uncovered? Another invaluable tool used to study Antarctica's past is ice core drilling. Ice cores are cylindrical samples of ice taken from deep within Antarctica's glaciers. Each layer of ice holds a wealth of information about the Earth's climate, atmosphere, and even past ecosystems. By analyzing the chemical composition and trapped gases in these cores, Scientists can reconstruct the climate history of Antarctica, providing insights into how the continent changed over millions of years. For instance, ice core samples from Vostok Station have shown that around 14 million years ago, Antarctica was not the frozen wasteland it is today, but rather a land teeming with life, with a climate more akin to modern-day temperate regions. These ice cores have revealed significant changes in Earth's climate patterns, including rapid shifts that could have been triggered by catastrophic events like a global flood or a pole shift. If such dramatic events occurred, they might have played a role in Antarctica's transition from a warm, fertile land to the ice-covered desert it is today. All of these technologies, satellite imagery, radar mapping, ground-penetrating radar, and ice core drilling, are tools that scientists are using to peel back the layers of history and reveal the mysteries hidden beneath Antarctica's ice. With each new discovery, we move closer to understanding how this ancient land transformed into the frozen continent we see today, and what secrets it holds beneath its surface. Could Antarctica hold the key to unlocking the history of Earth and the civilizations that once thrived on its land? The more we explore, the more questions arise. With cutting-edge technology, we may be on the verge of uncovering secrets that could rewrite our understanding of history, geography, and the potential for life on Earth. Antarctica, a frozen land that today stands as one of the most desolate, inhospitable places on Earth. The ice sheet stretches as far as the eye can see, with not a hint of life in sight. However, what if this land, now buried beneath miles of ice, was once a place of tropical forests, flowing rivers, and vibrant ecosystems? What if Antarctica, far before it became the cold, barren land we know today, was once a thriving paradise, capable of supporting advanced civilizations? For centuries, scientists have believed that Antarctica has been covered in ice for millions of years, making it impossible for human life or civilizations to have ever existed there. But the theory of an ice-free Antarctica paints a different picture. This theory proposes that millions of years ago, the continent was not covered by ice at all, but was instead a temperate, fertile land teeming with life. A far cry from the icy wasteland we see today. Fossil evidence uncovered by researchers has suggested the presence of tropical plants and lush vegetation once thriving in Antarctica. Coal deposits, which form only in warm, wet conditions, have been found deep within the Antarctic rock layers. These coal beds are typically formed from ancient swamps and forests, indicating that Antarctica once had the warm, humid climate of a tropical rainforest. The discovery of fossilized plants and trees in Antarctica further supports the theory that this land was once home to lush vegetation, much like modern-day South America or Africa. But the mystery doesn't end with plants. In 1999, a team of scientists discovered fossils of freshwater fish and insects buried deep within Antarctica's ice. These ancient remains were dated to be about 250 million years old, far older than the Ice Age. How could fish and insects thrive in a land that is now inhospitable to all life? The answer could lie in the ice-free civilization theory, which suggests that Antarctica could have been home to advanced life forms long before the Ice Age took over the continent. For years, these findings seemed impossible to explain. How could such diverse ecosystems have existed on a land that now lies frozen and lifeless? The theory proposes that Antarctica was not always a frozen wasteland, but was once a habitable land capable of sustaining both flora and fauna. Some scientists even suggest that advanced human-like civilizations could have lived in Antarctica during this warmer period. Imagine a time when humans, or perhaps even humanoid civilizations, called this land home, with rivers running through lush valleys and forests covering vast areas. Could these ancient civilizations have built cities, created advanced tools, or even left behind evidence of their existence that is now buried beneath the ice? One of the most compelling pieces of evidence supporting this theory is the discovery of subglacial lakes and ancient river systems beneath Antarctica's ice sheets. Radar scans and satellite imagery have revealed hidden landscapes beneath the ice, with ancient rivers and lakebeds that suggest the land was once wet and fertile. In some regions, scientists have uncovered geological formations that appear to have been shaped by flowing water, further supporting the idea that Antarctica once had a temperate climate. So, what happened to all this life, these ecosystems, and perhaps even ancient civilizations? What triggered the transition from a thriving land to a frozen wasteland? Some scientists suggest that the Ice Age began about 35 million years ago, when a combination of geological shifts and climate changes caused the planet to cool dramatically. This sudden climate shift could have turned Antarctica's lush, tropical landscapes into the icy, barren desert we know today, effectively wiping out the civilizations and ecosystems that once existed there. But here's the truly fascinating part. What if advanced human civilizations were living in Antarctica before this dramatic shift in climate? Could Antarctica have been a cradle for humanity long before civilizations in Sumer, Egypt, or Mesopotamia? Could these early humans have had the ability to build monumental structures, create artifacts, or develop technology far ahead of their time, only to have been erased by the sudden shift into an ice age? The sudden freezing of Antarctica could have hidden evidence of this ancient civilization, buried deep beneath layers of ice and snow. The ice-free Antarctica theory is a fascinating and thought-provoking idea that challenges everything we think we know about the history of our planet. If Antarctica was once a lush paradise capable of sustaining life, it raises questions about what other civilizations may have existed on the continent and what clues they might have left behind. Could these early civilizations have influenced the development of other ancient cultures? Or were they completely erased, leaving behind only traces of their existence, buried beneath miles of ice? As scientists continue to explore Antarctica, they may uncover even more astonishing discoveries that could shed light on a forgotten history, one that has remained hidden beneath the ice for millions of years. Whether or not Antarctica was once home to human-like civilizations, the evidence of its ancient climate, its fossils, and its geological anomalies suggest that the history of the frozen continent is far more complex and mysterious than we've ever imagined. In the end, Antarctica might not be the barren wasteland we think it is. It could be a treasure trove of ancient secrets, waiting to be uncovered, challenging our understanding of human history, the climate, and the incredible resilience of life itself. Imagine standing at the very edge of history, gazing out over the vast, empty expanse of Antarctica. Ice and snow stretch endlessly before you, and the bitter cold makes it almost impossible to believe that this barren land was once the cradle of life. A land that may have witnessed a global catastrophe that not only reshaped Earth's geography, but erased entire civilizations from existence. But what if Antarctica, today a frozen wasteland, was once submerged during a cataclysmic event? What if the Great Flood, a flood so enormous it appears in ancient myths from every corner of the world, was the event that turned Antarctica from a thriving land into a frozen desert? The Great Flood, this powerful and mysterious event, is described in numerous ancient texts, from Sumerian tablets to Greek myths to the Mayan traditions. The similarities between these accounts are staggering. From the biblical story of Noah's Ark to the tale of the Mayan gods who caused a great flood to cleanse the earth, it seems that virtually every ancient civilization spoke of a flooding catastrophe that washed over the world. But what if this flood was not just a metaphor or myth? What if it was a real event, one that caused massive, irreversible changes to the planet's climate and geography? Could Antarctica, a land we now see as covered in ice, have once been part of this great submersion? Let's take a step back and look at the Great Flood theory. According to this theory, a cataclysmic pole shift, where the Earth's poles suddenly and dramatically shifted, could have submerged large portions of the planet, including Antarctica. Imagine a scenario where, over a very short period, Earth's climate and geography were dramatically altered by this pole shift. The Earth's surface would be reshaped, creating catastrophic flooding that inundated vast landmasses. The ice sheets covering Antarctica could have been rapidly melted or displaced, and the continent could have been submerged beneath the floodwaters or buried in ice, wiping out any civilizations that may have once thrived there. This theory also ties into another significant idea: the sudden freezing of Antarctica. If Antarctica had been a temperate land, teeming with life, what could have caused it to suddenly freeze? The answer might lie in the same pole shift event that submerged the continent. As the poles shifted, it could have triggered rapid and drastic changes to Earth's climate. A warm and thriving Antarctica could have been plunged into a sudden ice age, sealing the continent in miles of ice and turning it into the barren wasteland we know today. What makes this theory so compelling is the global nature of the mythologies surrounding the flood. Ancient cultures from all around the world have stories about a great deluge that reshaped the world. In Sumerian mythology, the gods flood the earth to wipe out humanity, while the Greeks tell of a great flood brought on by Zeus to cleanse the earth. The Maya, too, spoke of a great flood that covered the planet, destroying civilizations. Each culture, separated by thousands of miles and centuries of history, tells a remarkably similar tale of a flood that destroyed the ancient world. Could these stories be rooted in a single catastrophic event that occurred thousands of years ago? Could it have been the Great Flood, an event that reshaped Earth's geography and led to the loss of civilizations across the planet, including Antarctica? Geological evidence provides intriguing support for this theory. Oceanic sediment cores taken from the seabed show that catastrophic floods may have occurred during the period when the flood myths were written down, suggesting that global flooding did indeed take place. Some scientists have even pointed to meltwater pulses from glaciers at the end of the last ice age as possible evidence of a massive flooding event that could have reshaped the Earth's coastline. The evidence is mounting. There may be something more to these ancient myths than we've been led to believe. The Great Flood theory also aligns with the scientific understanding of Antarctica's rapid climate shift. As the ice sheets expanded and the Earth's climate cooled, Antarctica's once temperate climate turned into the frozen wasteland we see today. Could this shift have been caused by a pole shift? Could this sudden event have displaced Antarctica, submerging it beneath ice, or even flooding it completely, before it became the ice-covered landmass we recognize today? The idea is terrifying, but it's also backed by both scientific data and ancient traditions that suggest a global catastrophe of this scale was possible. Even the geological record seems to support the idea of Antarctica's submersion during this global event. Ice cores taken from Antarctica have shown signs of climate instability during the period of the Great Flood, suggesting that the continent's climate may have fluctuated drastically before being sealed in ice. There are also reports of fossils found in Antarctica that suggest it was once home to life that was abruptly frozen in time. The notion of a sudden global event that shifted the course of Earth's history, freezing Antarctica and submerging entire civilizations, adds a chilling layer of reality to the flood myths of ancient cultures. So, what does all this mean for our understanding of Antarctica's history? Could the Great Flood have been the event that caused the continent to freeze? Could it have wiped out any civilizations that once called Antarctica home? And if Antarctica truly was submerged during this global catastrophe, what remnants of ancient life remain hidden beneath the ice, waiting to be uncovered? The answers to these questions might be closer than we think, waiting to be revealed by the next great discovery beneath the frozen surface of Antarctica. One thing is certain: the story of Antarctica is far from finished. With each new discovery, we peel back another layer of the continent's mysterious past, revealing the possibility that the Great Flood, cataclysmic pole shifts, and ancient civilizations all played a part in the frozen land's transformation. The evidence continues to mount, suggesting that Antarctica may hold the key to unlocking Earth's lost history, a history that may one day rewrite everything we thought we knew about our planet's ancient past. Picture this: a vast, barren desert in Peru, where the sun blazes down on a land seemingly devoid of life. But if you look closely, something extraordinary emerges from the ground. A series of geoglyphs, enormous patterns etched into the earth that can only be fully appreciated from the sky. These are the Nazca lines, one of the greatest mysteries of the ancient world. Carved into the arid desert floor, these intricate figures range from geometric shapes to depictions of animals, birds, and even human-like figures. But the most intriguing question is, why were they created? Who were the people behind these massive creations? And what purpose did they serve? The Nazca lines have puzzled archaeologists and historians for decades. Created between 500 BCE and 500 CE, these gigantic geoglyphs are so large that they can only be truly appreciated from the air. The lines stretch for miles, and the scale and complexity of the figures are unlike anything else on Earth. The Nazca civilization, who flourished in the southern coastal plains of Peru, left behind these monumental works of art, but the reason for their creation remains a mystery. Some suggest the lines had ritualistic or religious significance, while others believe they were astronomical markers, designed to align with celestial events like the solstices or the movement of planets. But what if there's more to the Nazca lines than we realize? What if these ancient geoglyphs were more than just artistic expressions or religious symbols? Could they be something entirely different, something connected to Antarctica and its hidden past? This theory takes us on a journey that stretches far beyond the boundaries of Peru and the Nazca Desert and leads us deep into the icy heart of Antarctica. There's a growing theory that the Nazca lines may actually be map-like representations of the world as it was millions of years ago, before Antarctica became frozen. The theory posits that the Nazca people may have had access to knowledge of the geography of Antarctica, knowledge that was lost or forgotten over time. What if the lines, shapes, and figures etched into the desert were not just random patterns, but actual geographical markers pointing toward Antarctica, the land that was once ice-free and thriving with life? The suggestion is that the Nazca lines could be depicting an ancient world, a time when Antarctica was not the frozen wasteland we know today, but was instead a lush, fertile land, home to a thriving civilization. The most compelling connection between the Nazca lines and Antarctica comes from the geographical alignment of the lines themselves. When you map out some of the major Nazca geoglyphs and connect the dots, the patterns seem to align with certain points on the Earth, including the location of Antarctica. Could this alignment be more than a coincidence? Is it possible that the Nazca people knew about Antarctica's geography before it was covered in ice? The idea that these ancient peoples could have had access to such advanced geographical knowledge challenges everything we thought we knew about ancient civilizations. The Nazca lines have sparked numerous theories over the years, including the idea that the lines represent a cosmological tool, or map of sorts. Some even suggest that the figures were used to navigate or align with the stars, guiding people to places of spiritual significance. But what if the lines were also pointing to something else? A place of unimaginable importance? A land buried beneath ice for millions of years? The idea that the Nazca people might have known about Antarctica's geography before it became covered in ice opens up a whole new realm of possibilities. Scientists have long speculated that Antarctica was once home to ancient civilizations, flourishing in a temperate climate, millennia before it became the ice-covered continent we see today. If the Nazca lines were indeed representations of the Earth as it once was, then it's possible that these ancient civilizations had access to knowledge that has been lost to time. The Nazca people might have been one of many ancient cultures with knowledge of Antarctica's ice-free past, and their maps could be a way of memorializing that ancient world. The link between Antarctica and the Nazca lines raises some incredible possibilities. Could Antarctica have been the home of ancient human-like civilizations, perhaps even influencing or interacting with the Nazca people thousands of years ago? Could there have been ancient explorers who traversed the vast oceans of the world and passed down knowledge of the ice-free continents to cultures across the globe? What role could Antarctica have played in the development of ancient civilizations? And could the Nazca Lines be one of the clues that points us to answers buried beneath the ice? This connection between the Nazca Lines and Antarctica also suggests that ancient cultures were far more connected than we've ever imagined. Could the Nazca people have been part of a network of ancient civilizations that shared knowledge of the Earth's geography and the mysterious continents that are now lost beneath ice and snow? The possibility that these ancient cultures knew about Antarctica long before it became a frozen wasteland is a concept that challenges everything we know about human history and civilization. As researchers continue to study the Nazca Lines, the connection to Antarctica remains an open question, one that continues to intrigue and inspire. Whether these geoglyphs are simply artistic creations or something more, they offer a tantalizing glimpse into a world that could hold secrets about Antarctica's hidden past and the ancient civilizations that once thrived there. The mystery of the Nazca Lines and their possible connection to Antarctica is far from over. And with each new discovery, the possibility of unlocking the lost history of the Earth grows ever more exciting. Imagine traveling back through time when the world was still a mysterious place and vast, unexplored regions lay hidden beyond the horizon. In an era long before the age of satellites or radar, how could ancient cartographers create maps so accurate that they depicted a landmass that would remain undiscovered for centuries? How could they have known about Antarctica, a continent that wasn't officially discovered until the early 19th century? This question has intrigued historians, archaeologists, and cartographers for generations, and one map in particular has stood as the centerpiece of this mystery: the Piri-Reis map. The Piri-Reis map, created in 1513 by the Ottoman admiral and cartographer Piri-Reis, is one of the most fascinating and debated artifacts in the world of ancient cartography. The map depicts South America, parts of Africa, and notably, the coast of Antarctica, even though the continent was not officially discovered until centuries later. What makes this map even more puzzling is the detail with which Antarctica's coastline is represented. Its outline is shockingly accurate and matches modern satellite images of the continent's geography. This raises an intriguing question. How did Piri-Reis, an admiral with no modern technology, have access to such precise knowledge of a land that had been covered in ice for millions of years? The key to understanding this mystery lies in the map's origins. The Piri-Reis map is not just a creation of the early 16th century. It's a compilation of earlier maps, some of which may date back to ancient civilizations. Piri-Reis himself stated that the map was based on ancient sources, some of which were lost to history. These sources, according to his notes, were drawn from Persian, Roman, Byzantine, and even ancient Egyptian cartographers, and they contained maps that depicted lands long since forgotten or hidden under ice. Some even speculate that the map could have been based on maps from an advanced civilization that existed long before modern history began. Could it be that ancient cultures had access to knowledge of Antarctica's geography, passed down through the ages in ways we've yet to fully understand? Now, let's dive into the most compelling aspect of the Piri-Reis map, the depiction of Antarctica without ice. The map clearly shows a coastline that aligns remarkably well with what we know today. But here's the catch. Modern science confirms that Antarctica has been covered in ice for millions of years. Yet, according to the Piri-Reis map, this landmass is ice-free, suggesting a time when Antarctica was not the frozen desert we know today, but rather a habitable land, perhaps even home to ancient civilizations or ecosystems. This has led some to wonder. Could the map be based on ancient knowledge, passed down by explorers who traveled to Antarctica long before it was hidden beneath its massive ice sheets? Could there have been a time, thousands of years ago, when Antarctica was a land of lush vegetation, flowing rivers, and thriving life forms? Many have debunked the theory that the map was created using modern tools or advanced techniques, as Piri Reis would not have had access to such sophisticated instruments. Instead, mainstream historians believe that Piri Reis compiled the map using much older lost sources, ancient maps that predated his time and provided accurate depictions of Antarctica's coastline. Some suggest that these maps came from explorers or civilizations that had access to advanced cartographic knowledge, possibly from a lost civilization that once existed on the continent before it was frozen. Could it be that ancient civilizations, whether Egyptian, Atlantean, or even older, had already mapped Antarctica when it was still a fertile and habitable land? There's also an intriguing possibility that this ancient knowledge of Antarctica might have been passed on through the ages, lost and rediscovered in fragments by later civilizations. Ancient Egyptian and Babylonian civilizations, for example, had detailed astronomical knowledge, and their impressive ability to map the stars has led some to speculate that they might have also mapped Earth's geography, including a prehistoric, ice-free Antarctica. If ancient cultures had access to global maps containing this information, could the Piri Reis map simply be a remnant of a once great network of knowledge shared across civilizations? The Piri Reis map continues to captivate the imagination, and it raises important questions about ancient knowledge and our understanding of history. If ancient civilizations could accurately map a landmass like Antarctica centuries before it was officially discovered, what other mysteries have been hidden in ancient texts, maps, and relics? Could there have been an ancient civilization with knowledge so advanced that it could map the Earth in ways we are only beginning to comprehend? And what does this say about our understanding of human history? Some believe that Antarctica holds the key to understanding the true history of the Earth, hidden beneath layers of ice and snow, waiting for us to discover it. Could the Piri Reis map be evidence of a time when Antarctica was a thriving land, home to a civilization whose knowledge and achievements have long been forgotten? Or was it a glimpse into a much older and mysterious civilization, one whose legacy remains buried beneath the ice, waiting for us to uncover its secrets? Whatever the answer may be, the Piri Reis map is a key piece in the puzzle of Antarctica's mysterious past, and the questions it raises are as old as time itself. Questions that still demand to be answered. As we look back at the extraordinary details of this map, it challenges everything we've been taught about ancient knowledge about Antarctica and about the hidden history of our planet. The map provides a glimpse into a world of forgotten civilizations, their wisdom perhaps lost but waiting to be uncovered. Beneath the vast expanse of ice that blankets Antarctica lies a mystery so profound it could reshape our understanding of the continent's history. Deep beneath the surface, scientists have uncovered evidence of an impact structure, the Wilkes Land crater. This massive crater, buried under miles of ice, holds the potential to unlock one of the greatest secrets of Antarctica's past. Could this be the site of a catastrophic event that not only shaped Antarctica's geology, but also triggered dramatic changes in the climate of Earth? The Wilkes Land crater is a massive geological anomaly located in East Antarctica, one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. Discovered in the 1960s by a team of scientists using aeromagnetic data, the crater has been the subject of extensive debate ever since. The crater itself is believed to be around 500 kilometers wide, making it one of the largest impact structures ever discovered. The question is, how did such a massive crater come to exist beneath one of the coldest, most remote places on the planet? The theory surrounding the Wilkes Land crater is that it was created by an ancient impact event, possibly caused by a large asteroid or comet slamming into the Earth millions of years ago. The impact could have been so powerful that it created a massive shockwave capable of shifting climates and transforming entire ecosystems. The crater may have been the result of a single, catastrophic event that sent shockwaves across the globe, altering Antarctica's geography and turning it into the ice-covered wasteland it is today. The scale of this impact would have been unlike anything we've ever witnessed in recorded history. an event powerful enough to permanently reshape Earth's climate and bury Antarctica's ancient past beneath ice. Despite the compelling nature of this theory, the Wilkes Land crater remains shrouded in mystery. For decades, the location of the crater remained hidden under layers of ice and snow, making it incredibly difficult to study. In fact, drilling down to the crater itself remains a monumental challenge. The thick ice that covers Wilkes Land makes it almost impossible to gather samples or conduct the kind of geological research necessary to definitively prove the impact event. Scientists have had to rely on advanced radar mapping and geophysical surveys to study the crater's shape and gather data about the buried structure beneath the ice. Yet, with each new study, it becomes clearer that the crater holds secrets that could completely rewrite our understanding of Antarctica's history. Some researchers believe that the Wilkes Land impact may have triggered a series of cataclysmic climate changes that caused Antarctica to freeze almost instantly. In the aftermath of the impact, a sudden shift in Earth's climate could have led to the formation of the ice sheets that cover the continent today. This sudden climate shift may have been the final blow to Antarctica's ancient ecosystems, sealing the continent beneath miles of ice and erasing any evidence of the thriving world that once existed there. Imagine a once warm, fertile land full of rivers, forests, and perhaps even ancient civilizations, all buried under layers of ice after a single catastrophic event. This theory, if proven true, would radically change our understanding of Antarctica's history and its role in Earth's ancient past. But the mystery of the Wilkes Land crater goes even deeper than just its potential to explain the continent's sudden freezing. The evidence of an ancient impact could also offer new insights into the history of life on Earth. If the Wilkes Land impact occurred during a time when life was flourishing in Antarctica, then this event could have had global consequences, triggering massive extinctions and shaping the course of evolution for millions of years. Could this cataclysmic event have been the catalyst for the extinction of ancient species? Could it have been responsible for wiping out entire civilizations, leaving only their remains buried beneath layers of ice and rock? While mainstream science tends to view the Wilkes Land crater as an intriguing geological feature, some researchers believe the crater could hold the key to understanding Antarctica's true history. As we continue to probe beneath the ice, new technologies, like ground-penetrating radar, are revealing even more about the hidden world of Wilkes Land. These advances in technology have made it possible to map the underground structures and landforms beneath Antarctica's thick ice sheet, and the results are nothing short of breathtaking. Could there be ancient remnants buried deep below the ice remnants of a civilization long lost to time? The Wilkes Land crater is not just a geographical feature. It is a mysterious marker of Earth's ancient past, one that could hold answers to questions we never thought to ask. Could this impact crater be the missing link in understanding how Antarctica transformed from a thriving land to the icy wasteland we see today? Could the ancient civilizations that once lived on this land have left behind clues to their existence? Clues that could change the entire narrative of human history? The mysteries of Wilkes Land remain far from solved, but with every new discovery, we inch closer to unlocking the secrets of Antarctica's forgotten past. In the end, the Wilkes Land crater may be much more than just a geological curiosity. It could be the key to understanding how the ancient world looked before catastrophe struck, how civilizations flourished and fell, and how Antarctica went from a vibrant land to the frozen enigma we struggle to comprehend today. Deep beneath the thick frozen crust of Antarctica, hidden away from the world for millions of years, lies an extraordinary secret. A secret so profound it could change everything we know about life on Earth. Imagine a lake, untouched by time, buried under 2 miles of ice, isolated from the outside world for countless millennia. Lake Vostok. But what makes this ancient lake so special? What hidden life forms could lie beneath the frozen surface, preserved in a frozen time capsule that holds the key to understanding Earth's distant past? Lake Vostok, one of Antarctica's largest subglacial lakes, is located in a region of the continent that remains a mystery to scientists and explorers alike. For over 100 million years, this lake has been trapped beneath a thick layer of ice, cut off from the rest of the world. The ice sheet acts as a protective shield, keeping the lake's ecosystem entirely isolated from the outside environment. This remote location makes it an almost pristine ecosystem, a window into a time long past, offering an unprecedented opportunity to learn about life forms that have evolved in isolation. In 2012, scientists made a groundbreaking discovery. A borehole drilled into the ice revealed microbial life living in the waters of Lake Vostok. These life forms, though microscopic, represent the first confirmed evidence of life in a subglacial lake and offer the tantalizing possibility that ancient life may still be lurking beneath Antarctica's icy surface, waiting to be discovered. But the question remains, what kinds of life have managed to survive in this extreme environment? And could some of these microbes be remnants of the ancient life forms that once flourished when Antarctica was not a frozen wasteland? The idea that life has been able to persist beneath the ice for millions of years raises fascinating possibilities. The subglacial lakes beneath Antarctica are isolated ecosystems that have been kept sealed off from the outside world for ages. These lakes have remained in a state of suspended animation, undisturbed by the changing climate and atmospheric shifts that have shaped the rest of the world. If life has been able to survive in such harsh conditions, it opens up the possibility that microbial ecosystems, or even entire life forms, could have existed in Antarctica during its warmer, ice-free past. Scientists have long theorized that Antarctica's warmer past could have supported a wide range of life forms, lush forests, flowing rivers, and thriving ecosystems that may have been wiped out when the continent froze. The existence of life in the subglacial lakes of Antarctica, therefore, becomes more than just an intriguing discovery. It could be the remnants of an ancient, lost ecosystem that was buried and preserved beneath the ice. Could these microbial ecosystems be the last traces of a long-lost civilization or biological world that once thrived on the continent? Could Lake Vostok hold the key to unlocking the mystery of Antarctica's ice-free past and its once warm, fertile climate? Lake Vostok is far from the only subglacial lake that might harbor ancient life forms. Lake Whillans and Lake Mercer, two other subglacial lakes in West Antarctica, have also been explored by scientists, offering additional insights into the possibility of life existing beneath the ice. These lakes are rich with microbial life that thrives in extreme conditions, feeding off the minerals and energy beneath the ice rather than sunlight. The discovery of life in these extreme environments challenges our understanding of life on Earth and raises exciting possibilities about life's adaptability in other planets where similar conditions may exist. While much remains to be understood, the microbial life discovered in these isolated lakes is offering scientists a glimpse into the past, a chance to study life forms that have existed in isolation, potentially unchanged for millions of years. The possibility that these microbes are evolutionary survivors from a time when Antarctica was warm could reveal the secrets of Earth's ancient ecosystems. The life forms thriving beneath the ice may hold answers to questions we have long asked about the origins of life and the resilience of organisms. But the mystery deepens. Could these life forms hold clues to the existence of even more complex organisms? What if, hidden beneath the ice, there are ancient fossils, remnants of organisms that were once part of a thriving Antarctic ecosystem? Could these microbial communities represent a direct link to Antarctica's past, offering a glimpse of life before the cataclysmic freeze? As scientists continue their exploration of Antarctica's subglacial lakes, the answers may be more profound than we ever imagined. The search for life in Lake Vostok and other subglacial lakes represents a journey back in time, where the frozen heart of Antarctica may hold not only secrets of microbial life, but also ancient clues to the world before the Ice Age. Could these ancient life forms provide us with a window into a lost world? A world where life thrived in Antarctica's warm, temperate past? Or could they reveal more about life's adaptability, providing us with a glimpse into how life might exist beyond Earth, in alien environments that mirror those of Antarctica's hidden lakes? The hidden world beneath Antarctica's ice is more than just a scientific curiosity. It is a story of survival, of life enduring in the most extreme conditions imaginable, and perhaps a story of the lost ecosystems of Antarctica, preserved in isolation for millions of years. Each new discovery brings us closer to uncovering the hidden past of Antarctica, its frozen secrets, and the mysteries it holds beneath its icy surface. In the vast, frozen wilderness of Antarctica, a new wave of exploration is underway. A wave driven by curiosity, adventure, and a desire to uncover the hidden secrets of the Earth's past. For years, Antarctica's frozen landscape has remained a mystery, its ancient history locked away beneath miles of ice and snow. But now, modern-day expeditions are changing that, diving into the continent's heart to uncover evidence that could reshape our understanding of human history. Drilling operations, satellite imagery, and ice core samples are all part of the cutting-edge tools being used to unlock the secrets beneath the ice. These expeditions are not just about gathering data on climate change or environmental conditions. They are also on a mission to find artifacts, ancient structures, and fossils that could tell us more about the lost civilizations that might have once called Antarctica home. The mysteries buried beneath Antarctica's ice could be far more profound than we have ever imagined, and modern science is finally getting the tools to dig deeper than ever before. One of the most exciting developments in modern Antarctic exploration has been the use of drilling expeditions to gather ice core samples. These drilling projects can reach deep beneath the surface, collecting data on past climate conditions, air samples, and even ancient life forms preserved in the ice for millions of years. The ice cores provide a unique snapshot of Earth's past, revealing information about how Antarctica's climate has changed over time and offering clues about the ecosystems that once thrived there. Incredibly, some of these ice cores have yielded evidence of ancient microorganisms and fossils, offering a glimpse of a world that existed long before Antarctica became frozen. But it is not just the climate data that is sparking excitement among scientists. Along with the ice cores, archaeological expeditions are underway to find artifacts and ancient structures hidden beneath the ice. The idea that Antarctica could have once supported human-like civilizations is no longer just a theory. It is a possibility that researchers are actively pursuing. Artifacts, tools, pottery, and other relics could potentially be lying buried beneath the vast ice sheets, waiting to be uncovered. If civilizations did exist in Antarctica millions of years ago, the evidence could forever change our understanding of human history. The search for fossils also plays a critical role in the quest to uncover Antarctica's hidden history. Fossils provide a direct link to the life forms that once inhabited the continent, and recent discoveries have pointed to the possibility that Antarctica was once a lush, temperate land home to thriving ecosystems. Fossilized plants, animals, and insects found in the ice could hold the key to unlocking the secrets of this ancient, ice-free Antarctica. Imagine finding a fossilized forest, perfectly preserved for millions of years, offering insights into a world that no longer exists. What if these fossils also tell the story of ancient civilizations that have since been buried beneath the ice, their existence completely erased from history? As scientific expeditions continue their work in Antarctica, it becomes clear that this frozen continent may hold far more than just clues about climate change and geological history. The land itself could be hiding forgotten stories. Stories of ancient civilizations, extraterrestrial visitors, and cataclysmic events that wiped out entire worlds. Each expedition, each core sample, and each newly discovered fossil adds another piece to the puzzle. Could it be that Antarctica's ice-covered surface is not a barren wasteland, but a treasure trove of secrets waiting to be uncovered? In recent years, one of the most intriguing discoveries to come from these expeditions is the detailed study of subglacial lakes like Lake Vostok, where scientists have been able to find microbial life that has existed in isolation for millions of years. This discovery has led to further speculation that ancient civilizations may have lived in Antarctica, leaving behind evidence that is now preserved in the ice. Could these civilizations have left clues in the form of structures, tools, or even written records? What if the hidden history of humanity is locked away in the ice of Antarctica, waiting for the right moment to be uncovered? Perhaps the most fascinating aspect of modern exploration in Antarctica is the technological advancements that allow scientists to explore beneath the surface like never before. Ground-penetrating radar, satellite imagery, and advanced drilling technologies have all made it possible to peer into the vast depths of Antarctica's ice sheet and uncover hidden clues about the continent's past. These technologies allow researchers to map the subglacial landscapes, uncover ancient rivers, and study the unique microbial life that thrives deep beneath the ice. The ongoing exploration of Antarctica is an adventure that combines the best of science, archaeology, and history. Each new discovery brings us closer to understanding the hidden truths of the continent's lost civilizations, ancient ecosystems, and cataclysmic events that may have shaped the world we know today. Every drill hole, every core sample, and every artifact uncovered adds a new layer to the mystery of Antarctica. And with each discovery, the story of this frozen land becomes richer and more compelling. So, as modern-day expeditions continue their search beneath the ice, we must ask ourselves, what secrets are still buried deep in Antarctica's frozen heart? Could the forgotten history of Antarctica hold the answers to some of the world's greatest mysteries? The journey to uncover these truths has only just begun, and with each step, we inch closer to unlocking the secrets of the past hidden beneath the ice. In the frozen wilderness of Antarctica, the clues to a forgotten world lie hidden beneath thick sheets of ice, whispering tales of ancient civilizations that may have once flourished in a land that, today, seems inhospitable. For years, the idea that Antarctica could have supported life, even advanced civilizations, seemed absurd. Yet a growing body of evidence is leading us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about the continent's history. Theories of lost civilizations in Antarctica have intrigued scientists, historians, and conspiracy theorists alike, sparking debates about whether ancient civilizations once thrived in this remote land, only to be lost to time when cataclysmic events buried them beneath miles of ice. Could Antarctica have once been a vibrant, fertile paradise, home to advanced cultures that left behind remnants of their knowledge and technology, hidden under ice for millions of years? Could these lost civilizations have played a role in shaping the civilizations we know today? Tropical ecosystems, ancient maps, and geological anomalies are the pieces of evidence that suggest Antarctica was once a thriving landmass, far from the barren, frozen wasteland it is today. Fossils of tropical plants, coal deposits, and subglacial rivers point to a time when Antarctica was ice-free, teeming with life and ecosystems that might have supported human settlements. In fact, some researchers argue that Antarctica's climate may have once been more hospitable than that of modern-day Africa or South America, offering a warm, fertile environment where advanced civilizations could have flourished. But the real mystery lies in the geological anomalies discovered beneath the ice. Could these strange formations be evidence of ancient cities, monuments, or structures left behind by civilizations long forgotten? There are reports of pyramid-like shapes and geometric formations visible beneath Antarctica's ice sheets, suggesting that advanced architectural knowledge may have existed on the continent long before it became a frozen desert. Could these structures be remnants of a long-lost civilization that once called Antarctica home? Ancient maps also play a key role in the search for lost civilizations in Antarctica. The Piri-Reis map, created in 1513, has long been a source of fascination because it depicts Antarctica without ice, offering a glimpse of the continent as it may have appeared before it was buried under miles of snow and ice. How did the map's creator, Piri Reis have access to such precise knowledge of a landmass that was not officially discovered until centuries later? Some theories suggest that the map's accuracy could be evidence of ancient knowledge, passed down through lost civilizations that once thrived in Antarctica. Could these maps be part of an ancient cartographic tradition that spanned continents, recording the geography of Antarctica long before modern explorers reached its shores? In addition to the Piri Reis map, other ancient texts and maps hint at a deeper knowledge of Antarctica's geography. Some ancient cultures, such as the Egyptians, Maya, and Babylonians, had remarkable astronomical knowledge and may have also mapped the continents of Earth with surprising accuracy. Could they have known about Antarctica when it was still free of ice? And could this knowledge have been passed down through oral traditions or written records that were eventually lost to time? The theories of lost civilizations in Antarctica go beyond just maps and fossils. They delve into cataclysmic events that could explain how advanced cultures might have been wiped out in an instant. Could a global flood, pole shift, or even an asteroid impact have caused Antarctica's sudden freezing? Some researchers propose that a rapid pole shift, as suggested by Charles Hapgood's Earth crust displacement theory, could have triggered a climate disaster that froze the entire continent in a matter of days or weeks, sealing away any civilizations that existed there. This cataclysmic event could have been so powerful that it erased all traces of the thriving ecosystems and civilizations that once called Antarctica home. Another theory suggests that Antarctica was once part of the mythical Atlantis, the ancient civilization described by Plato in his dialogues. According to some proponents of this theory, Atlantis was a highly advanced civilization that once thrived in what is now Antarctica, but was destroyed when a cataclysmic event caused the continent to sink beneath the ocean or become covered by ice. Could the ice-covered Antarctica be the remnants of Atlantis, its secrets locked away beneath layers of ice, waiting to be uncovered? As modern technology allows us to peer deeper into the continent's frozen heart, the mystery of lost civilizations beneath the ice becomes even more compelling. Satellite imagery, ground-penetrating radar, and ice core drilling have revealed strange patterns beneath the ice, such as pyramid-like structures, geometric formations, and ancient riverbeds, all suggesting that Antarctica was once a land of great importance. With each new discovery, the possibility that Antarctica holds the remnants of a lost civilization becomes more tangible. The question remains: could Antarctica truly have been home to an advanced civilization that once shaped the course of human history? As more evidence emerges from beneath the ice, it is becoming increasingly clear that Antarctica's history is far from what we once believed. What lies beneath the ice is not just a land of frozen secrets, but a treasure trove of ancient knowledge, advanced civilizations, and untold stories waiting to be uncovered.